Today we're looking at two brilliant handmade wood nests. A massive nest and a bit smaller sized nest. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Ant Holleufer YouTube channel. Today we are talking about these two massive nests. We're unboxing them, I'm dropping my thoughts and some general facts about these nests. These are of course made by Foranto, but more about that in a bit. And of course we can't forget this week's member lamp. It's green and chosen by antimatters. Nice and simple, let's unbox these nests. So because this package is so big I have to put it down on here on the floor, but let's get inside and see what we have. So we have a lot of this protective material and I may need to have somewhere to put it. Nah, let's just dump it over there and see. So there's a lot of this. And taking out the nest. Oi, that's massive for ants. Nest number 2 is way smaller. So my room is officially very messy, but let's look inside this massive package. I must say, a lot of attention to detail within packing this have gone in. Look at how much. And there we go. Here we have the big ant nest. Wow, that is very, very cool. Setting this aside, we also have this small little ant nest, which is also very neatly packed in this cloth thing. I'm not sure the English word for it. Ah, that's also a cute little nest. Ah, that's cute, man. I have now had these nests for a few weeks and I must say, this massive one, wow, I'm a fan of it. The pure attention to detail is insane. The acrylic has such a nice finish and doesn't splinter at all. Same goes of course with the wood. It really impresses me that this is all handmade, and that is what Foranto is all about. When I first saw this big nest, I was a bit skeptical as of the stability of the big nest, as it's quite tall and also tilts backwards. But with the big base, it seems very sturdy. As a technical person, I'm curious to see how the stick fits together with the base plate. I feel perhaps it's a weak point in the nest, but when it all comes to all, I don't think any ant nests are meant to be dropped, so I guess it's not really a concern I should have. But as I can't see any visible screws, I'm interested in knowing if it's glued or how it works. Luckily, Foranto has the answer. It's made with these dowel things, and what a dowel is, it's the thing you use when you're assembling something like an IKEA furniture. So it's simply those fit together and also a little bit of wood glue so it doesn't just fall apart again. Thank you, Foranto, for answering that question. Looking at the smaller nest, I can't really point anything bad out. It's a nicely finished build with lots of chamber space for a young colony. Once more, the finish is also just on point and it feels so professional and not at all handmade. If you are looking inside the nest, they are actually not sanded down at all. This is to give the ants a bit more of a naturalistic, rough look. The insides have not been treated with any oils either. Only the outside have been treated with a little bit of natural wood oil. Now both of these nests are equipped with 2 nest entrances. The same with the big nest, also 2 nest entrances. The first hole is of course meant to connect another nest or outworld. But the second hole is actually made for a test tube. What I mean with this is it's the best way of giving the ants a close water source nearby the nest. As both eggs and larvae need a high humidity, it's important for the ants to have a water source nearby for optimal living conditions inside the nest. The ants then also have a close by water source to weten the chambers inside the nest a little. The wood won't mold, as when Foranto uses wood, he uses dry wood. This not only makes it better for reusability, but also ensures the long lasting of the nest. Saying that, if you want to reuse a nest, that is of course also possible, but there's a few things to mind. Over time, ants may leave old residue from food that they bring into the nest. If you want to remove this during a cleanup, a Dremel is recommended to cut any old residue away. If you don't see that necessary, you can of course just reuse the nest with the old marks still there. Now it's very important to note that you may never put water directly on this nest. Not when you're cleaning it, and neither if you are hydrating the nest, because water inside the nest can prevent mold, but it also may lead to the wood cracking and destroying the looks, and that's something we really don't want. And after a little talk I had with Foranto, I found out that it's a lot more than just a random wood piece they use for these nests. I personally thought it was a newly cut down tree, but actually it's a specially dried wood. Again, this is to make the nest last longer and not cracking during the making of the nest and the using of the nest. The reason it's important to have the water source right next to the nest is because it's a wood nest, meaning that there's no sponge inside. This also means you can't just put every ant colony inside and expect them to do well. Something like a leafcutter colony of course wouldn't do well at all in a dry nest, as they need an insanely high humidity. But something like a Campanodus species naturally doesn't need that high of a humidity, making these nests perfect for them. Now of course all of the clips you're seeing are from empty nest. I'm planning to move one of my colonies in this nest, hopefully next week. Let's not make any real promises though. In the big wood nest, it's actually been divided into 3 sections. Each of the sections are closed off with a small wood piece that can be turned to either open or close the next section. This seems like a really smart and simple solution to make the ants inside feel more safe and not just open the entire nest straight away. I feel like a solution like this is sadly something we don't see too often, only with acrylic nests, but I really think it's smart thinking, and to be honest, I'd love for all my nests to have such a smart feature, because you can get a bigger nest without having to worry that the ants won't feel safe inside the bigger nest. My only concern with this wood divider is it's a little bit loose, and the ants may be able to push it out. Will this be a problem? Well, only time will tell. Worst case, a little bit of wood glue can be put in to make sure it stays open once the ants need the next section. I'm personally all in on innovative designs like this because it is the only way forward. Learn by doing. I'm generally really impressed by the quality and the looks of these nests. The attention to detail is insane and I am a massive fan. Unlike many normal ant nests, these nests are almost an art piece in themselves and can be set up pretty much everywhere, and be sure to grab the attention of any guest visiting your house. Now lastly, a little bit of extra information about these nests. These entrances right here are a lot smaller than the tubes I normally use. I normally use 10-13 tubes, meaning it's 10 on the inside and 13 on the outside. But these are a little bit smaller, so if you are using a big tube in general, well, it's a good idea to get some tube with the nest once you are buying it. And saying that, if you are buying a nest, be sure to also use my discount code Ant Holleufer for 10% off your next purchase. If we take a look at the website Foranto, link in the description, we can see that Foranto sells quite a few nests. From small to extra large and dark to bright wood, there's a little bit of everything. If you are looking at a more specialized nest, Foranto is also making specialized nests with either, let's say, massive chambers or any funny ideas you may have. Foranto is also planning on adding a form to their website to make it a bit easier for the customers to specialize a nest. But I just want to let you know it's very possible to get very specialized nests, and that's something I personally love. Lastly, Foranto also sells liquid feeders and sugar for those feeders, together with other ant accessories. To end this video off, I just once more want to say I'm so impressed by the quality of these nests. I tried once making a wooden nest after I saw Foranto, and to be honest, it went very bad, and it actually went so bad that I never published the video, and I don't even have the nest anymore because I just trashed it. So yeah, I have a lot of respect for making such high quality nests. And also one last warning. These nests are supposed to be dry. A few people have messaged me saying if you want to get a more humidified loving species inside, drill a hole and push water inside. No water inside these wood nests. And with that being said, I would just like to say thank you for Foranto for sending out these massively cool nests. I'm not sponsored and have not been paid to say anything specific. These have just been my own opinions, and personally, I can't wait to get my ants inside these two nest types. Like I said earlier, I have a plan for this nest. This one not yet, but hopefully this will be in use very soon if everything goes to plan. And of course, let's just get the members up because we are in the end of the video. A big thank you to all the members, and I mean it. A big thank you to all the members. We have a little bit of flies flying around because I don't know why. But a massive thank you to the Holleufer family members. We have Medical Carcase number 9, Ants Norway, Ryan from the YouTube channel Antscapes, Victor D, Simon, Kai, and lastly Casper. Thank you, all Holleufer family members. Thank you for watching it to the end. Also thanks to the normal members, of course. We can't forget them. But I would like to ask you, do you have a wood nest? Would you like a wood nest? Or do you have something against them? Let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, that's been it for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Become a member today if you like. And I will see you all in another video. Bye!